Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. Listen, check in with me real quick, right? So I was talking to my godparent, right? One of my godparents. I was talking to my godmom, and yo, she said something so profound to me. And knowledge is power, right? So we should learn to share things as we get it. We should learn to share to empower the next person. Let me say this to y'all. My godmother said, and it was really more of a question than a statement. But the question was, why are we as women so pressed to be in a relationship, to be under a man, to be in these scenarios that we ourselves are not ready for the responsibility of the request? And I was like, why? I don't know. I don't programming. Like, my answer was like, I don't know what programming. And she's like, yeah, it is programming. But here is what we're not taught. And I spoke on this like maybe a year or two ago, but here's the thing, that was with that level of understanding and that level of knowledge. I'm at another level. So let me say this. My godmother said, the moment we learn as women to build our own table, set our own table, clean off our own table, move, decorate our own table, then what are we bringing to another man's table? Because we should be bringing our own table to his table to become a bigger table. Y'all, listen to me. She said, it's not, well, what can you bring to my table? It should be, are you bringing your table to my table? Okay. Let me say it like this. Let me go build me a table. And the table is me, right? So the table is you. The table is me. What is your foundation? What, 4 legs is to a table. That's the foundation of the table. What is your foundation? Because whatever your foundation is, it can't be broken, right? Because you have to be sturdy enough for whatever comes to your table. And then, of course, she went into like the different variations of a table. Like, are you a hard marble table, or are you just like a really pretty table? Are you just like delicate and flimsy? Are you like a card table? You could be folded up and put away. Or are you one of those oak tree tables? It takes multiple people to move you because you're so grounded. You're so heavy in God. You're so heavy in the Word. You're so heavy in your praying. You're so heavy in your fasting. I don't even know if y'all hear the excitement in this revelation for me, because cousins, build your table. Build your table. Build your foundation so that your table can be synced. Okay. Because without foundation, it's just, let's just say a piece of wood that's on the ground, It's being held up by something per se. But what? What is it being held up by? So, when we speak about being equally yoked, that's not just in relationship. That's not just in marriage. That's in friendship. That's in your circle. That's in your sisterhood. That's in your siblingship. That's all together. Because you can't just come to my table with anything. Like, personally, y'all, I will eat leftovers, but like, you have to know me to know it depends on the leftovers. Because like, once I go to sleep and it's the next day, it's like, it's another day. I don't want to eat that, you know. And then some meals, some things, I would literally be like, oh no, that was so good, I can make another meal or a sandwich or whatever out of it, right? So it's like, what's on your table? Do you just got fast food on your table? Or, you know, like, or do you got home cooked meals on your table? Do you have 5 courses on your table? Do you have like appetizers and a main course and a dessert on your table? Do you have candles on your table, or do you have the dollar store tree, put the batteries in it, candles on your table? Like, what? Y'all, this conversation, and I'm just giving y'all the Cliff Notes version of the conversation, because it was so in-depth and such an eye-opening conversation, and it was so needed. It was so needed. It was like, you don't even know you need to hear something until you hear it, right? And so let me just say, this is what godparents are for. Okay, this is what godparents are for. They are supposed to be the addition to your knowledge, you know, to your growth, to that, let me give you this extra understanding, you know. It doesn't take away from your parents or nothing like that. It's not substitution. And in some cases it may be for, you know, whatever your traumas may have been in life. But let's stay on the topic of the table, okay? I don't want to get sidetracked there. Yo, so I'm outside on my little patio, right? It's a little patio, but I got this little plastic table set on my patio. So as we was talking about this table, I started thinking about all the tables I got in my house. I got a few different tables in my house for different reasons, okay? I got a patio table. This is for when I'm outside, okay? My coffee, my Bible, my notebook, my study, whatever book I'm reading on my outside table. It doesn't stay there, obviously, but this is the only thing I really bring to this table. I don't bring too much to this table because why? It's not sturdy enough to handle or hold everything else. But then I have a glass kitchen table. Real pretty. I only eat at that table. I don't do nothing else. You know, like it has, I got my Mickey stuff out. If you know me, you know. But I eat at that table. You know, that is the table to eat. And then I have my office table. And I'm, by all means, right now, it's just a little small table, but that's for my office, right? So that's where like all my notebooks, all my ink pens and markers and highlighters, and you know, that's what everything really is. So then the question was posed, how do you get one table? How does everything fit on one table? It's me. I'm the table. You're the table. You're the table. What is your table made out of? Let me tell y'all. I want my table to be made out of gopher wood. Come on, Bible thumpers. Gopher wood, okay? Because I want to be so durable. I want to be so strong. I desire to want to be able, let me say it the right way. I desire to want to be able to weather any storm. Obviously, I'm going to shift and I'm going to rock, but I won't tilt over. I won't flip over. I won't fall down. Okay, come on, cousins. You know what? That's my recap for today. But listen, make sure you are not focused on the messenger and that you're paying absolute attention to the message. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, my godmother, she's such a strong woman. You can be, you know, if you're not ready to hear it, it may throw you off. But I'm so grateful that she's such a humble person, that she would share such knowledge and wisdom with me. Okay? What? Yes. All right, y'all. I may be back today. I may not.